Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am the pick a card Empress, also known as Made for Love. And if you are a twin flame or high level soulmate, you might want to check out my sister channel Made for Love, where I do readings there for that particular niche. But these readings are for everyone. So what we're talking about today, we're going to explore what is blocking union. Okay, for some of you, you guys might say, bam, it's a third party. But really and truly, usually the third party is a manifestation of our inner core wounds and our feelings of worthlessness. Okay, so we're going to get deep as to actually what is blocking you. What's happening deep inside. What are the dynamics in this relationship that is dysfunctional? Okay, all right. So let's have a look. So pile one. This is the Angel Tarot cards by Radley Valentine. So that's pile one. If you like angels. And who doesn't, right? But if you have a special connection with angels, you might want to choose this pile. And it's also blue. So I have a message there for you too. Then we have the Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Machete. And he's just about almost my favorite in terms of the artistry of the tarot cards. And then because she's so artsy, I love this one. This is Chrisanne, the Muse Tarot. All right, so pile one, pile two, pile three. What's blocking union? Right, so do whatever you have to do to pick your pile, and I'm going to be back with your reading in a moment. Hey, pile one, if you chose the Angel Tarot cards, this is your reading. Now, because this box is primarily blue and also has a star here, there's a lot of healing that's going on in this relationship right now, especially in the throat chakra. So you might have a lot of light beings around you right now working on your throat chakra because there are truths that need to be expressed in this particular relationship. For me, it seems like what's blocking this particular connection is proper communication and people being their authentic self. There's a need to express authenticity. There's a need to speak truth in this relationship. There's a need to establish particular boundaries. There's a need. You guys need to talk. You guys need to talk, and that's going to balance everything out. I see this angel here on the front cover, balancing everything out, and that's gonna. Your emotions are gonna balance out when you guys start to talk. And that's what I'm getting for this particular pile with the outside of this deck. So let's go into this. Let's go right in. Yeah, somebody needs to let out some hot air. All right, so let's have a look, right, guys? Yeah, there's some things that need to be cleared up, okay? That's what I'm getting from this pile. There are things that need to be said. All right, so before we get into what's blocking union, let's have a look at how you guys feel about each other, okay? So we're going to get 4 cards. The top row is you because you're on top. So we have the Chariot in reverse, Cancerian energy. We have the Hermit in reverse. All the cards in this deck reverse, no. Okay, so that's Virgo energy. Okay, it looks like we're just going to take 3 cards, it looks like. And we have the 8 of Swords. Alrighty. And your person, they have, well, it's 11, which is usually the Justice card, but in this deck it's Strength, right? And that's in reverse. The 6 of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and 5 of Pentacles. All right, what is happening here? All right, so definitely in this pile, I think things are at a stalemate. I think there's no communication, and that is exactly why we got that blue. If there's communication, there's minimal communication. You guys aren't showing each other the truth, the authentic self. All right, so in terms of you being on top, you feel stuck. Why do you feel stuck? I'm about to find out. You feel stuck. You're ready for action. You're out of hermit mode. You've done your inner work. You're ready for action. You're ready for this to take off. And yet you're here feeling trapped in the 8 of Swords. Let's find out why. Let's just ask generally. Let's see. Why is this Chariot here? Yeah, you're ready for action. You're ready for somebody to stand in their power and make a move. Yeah, you're ready for someone to speak truth, and you are ready to speak your truth as well. Why are you leaving it up to the other person? Because the other person has a karmic in their life, a third party in their life, somebody who's kind of unstable. Because in my readings, all court cards that are reversed are karmic or low vibing energies. Okay, so this is the gold digging karmic, this Queen of Pentacles reverse. So you are leaving it up to the other person to make some kind of move because they have someone else in their life and you don't want to intrude. Fair enough. But just remember that when you're doing that, you're really giving yourself, you're giving your power away to someone else, right? You're putting that kind of power in their hands. And you know what? Usually they have given their power up to this karmic. So at the end of the day, guess who's in charge? The karmic. All right. So you want the other person to make a move because you don't want to overstep your boundaries. Fair enough. But at the same time, whilst you stay here in inertia, not taking action, you're feeling stuck. You can't move forward. Okay. Let's see the Hermit in reverse here. Yeah, you've done the work. We have the Eight of Pentacles here. You've done the work. You're ready for something more committed, something emotionally nourishing. But you're stuck here because your heart is here. Your heart is here with your Emperor or your Empress. Okay, your heart is here. And you want them to step into their power and really break this stalemate. But I think they have given their power over to someone else, right? Because they have the Strength card in reverse here, and it's also the card number 11. So they are in some kind of third party or karmic relationship right here, right? So they're balancing out karma. They're not stepping into their power, and yet they feel this soulmate connection with you. This is the Five of Cups. This is the card of soulmates. It's the card of past lives. It's the card of soul contracts. And it's also the card of reconciliation. So they feel quite emotional about you. You're more a slightly bit detached energy right now. Maybe you're just bored with the whole bloody thing, right? So they want reconciliation because they're really feeling put out by not being around you. You see, some people just don't notice how dark the cave is until the light is gone. So this person is now recognizing the input, the contribution that you had in their life. They're now seeing that now that you're not there. You're not there like you used to be. Right, so they want reconciliation, but they're not making any moves. Let's pull some cards on this. Yeah, they want to make a decision to come towards you, it looks like, because they're absolutely frustrated where they are. That's the Three of Wands in reverse. But they ain't doing shit. They're bored and they ain't doing shit. They're not doing shit, guys. They're not doing anything. So you're giving your power away to someone who isn't doing anything, sitting on their bum. Right? They want reconciliation, but all they're doing, as we say in the Caribbean, they say, poor, doing a poor me one, right? Woe is me kind of thing, right? I'm kind of mathing them, right? So this person, they want reconciliation. They want to talk to you. We have the High Priestess in reverse. Spirit is trying to guide them to a particular direction, but they're not listening. They're not listening. All they know, they want to end the conflict between you guys because they're seeing that like they missed an opportunity to be with you. And they're here feeling like shut out. They're feeling left out in the cold, right? And they continue to feel like that because they feel like they can't come to you right now because they don't have anything to offer. They don't have anything to offer right now. Okay, they want to move on. They want to heal the situation, but because they love you, we have the King of Cups here. They love you. But there's this third party. So this is why they're absolutely heartbroken. So you feel stuck, they feel stuck. And it's a stalemate energy. Okay, so let's ask Spirit directly. What do you guys need to work on to manifest this union? Okay, God, these cards are so huge. These are the therapy flashcards. So we're going to get a card for each side. Okay. You know what? Let me ask. Let me just ask directly first before we get into the healing cards. All right. So what's blocking union? Okay. We have the Eight of Wands. So what's blocking union? You guys need to communicate. you guys need to communicate. This lack of communication is what's blocking you, and because you guys are both on each side of the fence, speculating as to why the other isn't coming forward, speculating as to how the other feels, because you might not even know. Time could have passed, right? So what's blocking union is you guys need to talk. There's a need to have a conversation. Okay? What's blocking union? We've got the ego in reverse. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, and this is a devil card, right? The devil card in reverse. So what I'm getting from this is that this connection is being blocked right now by the fates, by spirit, in order for someone, could be you, could be your person, or both of you, to have an ego death. Okay, so someone was up on their high horse, really engaging in their ego, really indulging in their ego, could have had addictions, could have been in toxic relationships, could have been tied to people because of money and all of that. This connection's being blocked by spirit, so this can be broken down. What's blocking union? We have justice in reverse. What's blocking union? Karma. Some of you guys might be seeing 8-8. Karma is blocking union. So there's still a karmic debt that's being paid here, whether you and this person have some kind of karmic debt between you guys, or they have a karmic debt with a third party. All that's been transmuted right now and it's not finished. All right, so there's a karmic cycle that's still in play. There's still lessons that both of you guys need to learn. Okay, so, and spirit will decide when, you know, it's time for reconciliation, but there's some healing that you can do in order to push this along. All right, so what does everybody have to work on? Okay, so for the person with the feminine energy, not necessarily a female, what do you have to work on? God, listen, these cards are so freaking huge. Huh? All right, we got one. Rationalization. So that's you here. You see how big these cards are? So that's the feminine energy. And the one holding more masculine energy. Let me just get a little space. The one that's holding more masculine energy. Obsession, the devil. All right. So let's put this here. All right. So rationalization. All right, so feminine energy, one holding more feminine energy. This is what you have to work on. It says rationalization, a defense mechanism in which an individual unconsciously finds plausible explanation to justify unreasonable or intolerable behaviors or feelings, thereby concealing through motivations. For example, applying after the fact explanations for discreditable actions. So maybe you stab somebody in the back, and then after the fact, and this wasn't the reason why you did it at all, after the fact you kind of rationalize your behavior. You're trying to find some kind of logical reason why you did it, but there was no logical reason. You're being emotional, you're acting out. It's characterized by defensive indignation, anger, God, indignation, misrepresentation, self-righteousness, storytelling, aka lies, lack of self-awareness, inability to accept ignoble parts of self, adolescence, peer pressure, and guilt. I always say, act now, concoct a rationalization letter. Concoct a rationalization tomorrow. Listen, I'm tongue-tied, so there is a throat chakra activation that is happening here. Okay, so the one with the more feminine energy, this is what you have to work on, right? So you have this defense mechanism where you do crazy shit and then you try to come up with a logical explanation, or you're more angry than the other person when it's pointed out to you. The less noble parts of your character, right? Because you don't like to see the shadow in yourself. You like to pretend that you're perfect and that you're the victim here, and that, you know, everything that is happening in this relationship that is kind of weird and that's kind of Shadowy is all this other person, but that's not true. We each have shadows, and you're being asked by spirit to acknowledge and to work on these shadows, because it's just a defense mechanism inside of you. Okay, you're trying to keep people out. You're trying to make sure that people don't hurt you. Okay, so it's something that you have to let go of. The person with the more masculine energy, we have obsession. So obsession can talk about addictions. It can talk about rumination. It can talk about toxic relationships. You know, a lot of men are addicted to rescue relationships. You know, when you go there and you rescue the person, because you know, it gives you a way of, you know, not looking at your own shit, or not looking at your own wounding. You come in as this hero, this knight in shining armor, and you like that ego stroke, right? So this is what this is talking about. So it says obsession. A recurrent and persistent thought, impulse, or idea experienced as intrusive, inappropriate, and distressing, and which appears uncontrollable by the will, right? Despite recognition that it is irrational and internally generated. So some people could be in toxic relationships, have obsessive relationships, and they know that it's not good for them. They know that this is a pattern that needs to be released, but still they find themselves there against their better judgment and any kind of rationale that they can come up with, right? It's characterized with fixation with sometimes undesirable acts, struggle against the source of the fixation, inhibitions of thought and action, listener or friend fatigue, wearing of Star Trek apparel, and something that apparently a lot of masculine energies like to do, stalking. Okay, it says your obsession with the color red will be your downfall, right? It says this bull here, right? So so it's a time to look at the toxic patterns in your life, the self-limiting thoughts and beliefs, the kind of behaviors that might be kind of stalker-y, lurker-y, and really know that those things come from a place of control and come from a place of wounding. Okay, so it looks like there's work to be done on both sides here, before we come to a place where you can have a healthy relationship without like triggering each other like a strike of a match, right? So what is the advice as a couple for this connection? So that's them in the individual corners needing to do that healing work, right? But as a couple, what is the advice? And can I say feminine as well? It looks like you've kind of shut down your heart a little bit. Maybe you've been waiting too long. So it's time to work on that as well. All right, so let's see. What is the advice for this couple? All right, we have home. No place like home in reverse. It's a card number 50. 50 reduced to 5. So this is about challenges, challenge and change. That's the number 5. It's challenge, change, tribulations. Okay, so let's see. Let's see 50. What is the message? Okay, it's a protection message because it's in reverse. All right, so let's see what's going on. Right, so you guys are a little off balanced. Okay, it says there are times when what is familiar and what is known is not the best choice. Okay, so in your relation there might have been an established pattern of behavior, an established pattern of toxicity, especially maybe how you guys communicated to each other. All right, Spirit saying it's time to do something different. You have to change up something, right, to get a different result. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is rarely what is feeling familiar. And you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. So, pile 1, if you want a change in this relationship, you want to come out of this stalemate energy, you guys have to do something different this time. So I'm getting in time, as you guys work on your different wound and change your vibration, this relationship is going to come back around again. Are you going to do the same old shit, or are you going to do something different? This is the question that Spirit is asking you right now. Okay, so guys, I hope this helped. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, and if this reading helped you, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and if you can go a step further and click on any of the ads I might have played during this reading, that will be awesome. All right guys, take care, bye. PayPal 2 if you chose the Tarot Grand Lux. This is your reading. All right, what am I getting from the box? Sensing a lot of pride and ego here, because I guess it's because of the lion, and also because of all the gold that's on the box here. All right, but it looks like the time is coming for some sort of communication. This is the Knight of Swords, and when he comes in to communicate, he doesn't give a fuck, right? I think this person that you're with, they've been doing a lot of healing. They're feeling this psychic connection with you. I think they were kind of unsure before as to where to take this connection, but now they're looking back on the past, and they're looking back at how they might have been sneaky, how they might have deceived you, and they're coming back in to speak some truth. The hour is nigh. This is what Spirit is saying. The hour is nigh. This person's coming in, guys. All right, they're coming in for communication. I think pride and ego was the issue in this connection. So okay, let's see what you want to say. Yeah, somebody coming in fast, releasing some kind of karmic cycle. Okay, let's get into this reading. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's give it a nice shuffle. And before we get into what's blocking the connection, we're going to look at you guys' energies and feelings towards each other. I'm going to look at heart space energy. All right. Yeah, somebody wants to come in passionately. All right, so let's see. Your heart space energy for this person. Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. We have the Knight of Swords reversed. That's a Gemini. So you ain't talking. And we have the King of Swords reverse. All right, so you might have cut this person out of your life, or maybe this person ghosted you. All right, this person could have ghosted you. Anyway, their heart space energy for you. We have the Two of Pentacles reverse. Again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we have the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, stubborn as fuck energy. Okay, it's the fixed signs. I'm a fixed sign. I'm a Taurus. I can talk fixed signs. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, so you, viewer, or maybe the energies can be anyhow. You pick your position, right? But I'm really getting. My intention was viewer will be on top. You, viewer, you are ready to invest in this connection. You're willing to take a chance on this connection right here. But it looks like you're not getting the opportunity to speak your truth. It looks like, right? This person might have ghosted you. There might have been some kind of communication issues in this connection, and you guys may not even be speaking now. So as much as you want to invest, it looks like there's some kind of communication breakdown. Okay. You might have been, this person that you're dealing with might have been quite cruel, especially with their words in the past, because the King of Swords reverse, he's a mean guy, right? He could be very verbally abusive, right? And so too Knight of Swords reverse. Okay, So this person could have ghosted you. I'm really getting ghosting vibes from this pile. All right. Let me pull some cards on the Knight of Swords reverse. So it could be this person also might have also lied to you. So you have a problem trusting this person. So you're kind of hesitant. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like in the past, this person might have lied to you. This person might have deceived you, and you stepped into your power and you ended that shit. Okay, you ended that cycle, right? Because I think they were being a bit immature and they were being like sneaky. Yeah, they were being sneaky. Yeah. So even though they might have had a lot of love for you, you're here as a queen. Even though this person might have had feelings, they never really expressed it. All they did was stalk you or whatever it is, or look. So they're a page, you're a queen, right? So I'm getting a lot of immaturity as well coming off of this deck. So you think your person is kind of immature, right? So I'm getting definitely that you guys are not communicating. In terms of the second person involved here, it looks like they are in some kind of karmic cycle. Now, it could be with a karmic partner, or they could just be having reaped their karma from the things that they did before, even things from past lives. Okay, so there's some karma that's being transmuted here. There's some kind of karmic lesson being learned, and they're not able to invest in this connection or put any time and effort into this connection right now. Now, I do see a Two of Pentacles reverse, and that usually talks about someone stopping the juggling and wanting to make some kind of commitment. So let me pull some cards in this for you. Okay, so it looks like this person is working on their shadow side, right? They're working on their shadow self. And I think their shadow self, they had an issue communicating, and the way they communicated, incredibly immature, okay? So they've been working, see, they've been healing. I told you this just from the box. The box told me the whole story. So this person has been healing this shadow side, and they kind of know who they want to be with, right? We have them Eight of Pentacles here. So they want to put in the effort here. That's what I'm getting. They want to take charge of their life and free themselves from some kind of karmic situation. However, what's this Eight of Pentacles in reverse then, right? They want to come in passionately because they know that you are the one. So why is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse? They know that you're the Empress, but they're just not stepping into their power to clean up their life and to deal with whatever is this karmic situation here. This person might be a provider in another situation. Somebody might be pregnant even. So let's see, why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Okay, so this person wants to manifest this relationship, wants this new love, because they're learning to love themselves. And they want to let down their guard and be vulnerable, and they want to come towards you. We have the Six of Swords here. However, I think this person might have betrayed you in the past. I think they might have lied to you. So every time they think about coming forward towards you, they think about how they fucked up. Okay? And then they end up not doing anything at all. Right? So there's a stalemate energy here. So you're thinking, do I really want to invest in this person? They lied to me, they deceived me, they might have ghosted me, but I'm still kind of willing to take a chance. And this person knows that they're the one, but they're not, knows that you're the one, but they're not able to invest in this connection right now because there's a karmic cycle that's happening. Now with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this could talk about some kind of financial loss as well. So too, the Two of Pentacles reverse. So it could be that there is some kind of financial loss that your person is going through right now, and that's kind of compounding the feelings of inadequacy that they have, because you are seeing them also as a page, but they are also seeing themselves as a page whilst they are representing you as the Empress. So there's a level of intimidation that's there, and whereas they might have been able to use their ego, prop themselves up with maybe their money or maybe a good job or something like that, there's a financial loss now or some kind of financial hardship, so they don't even have that to prop up their ego. So this person, so what's blocking them from coming forward, it looks like is their own self-worth issues. Okay. Let's ask though, what's blocking the connection? Let's ask. What's blocking the connection? We have Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Who's a I'm going to say Togo. A Virgo. Let's get another card. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. Pile 1, you might be able to watch. Pile 2, see what I'm saying? Pile 2, you might be able to watch Pile 1 for additional messages. And then we have the Emperor in reverse. Alrighty. So what I'm hearing, what is blocking this connection? Alright, so what's blocking this connection is that this person, they're not coming forward to give a solid offer. Why? Okay. It could be this financial loss that we spoke about, but this is a Virgo, okay? And the Knight of Pentacles upright, this is someone who thinks really long and hard about the offer that they're going to present because they want it to be perfect, okay? But they have a solid offer, they just want it to be perfect, okay? When it is reversed, this negative aspect of Virgo is rumination and overthinking neuroses, okay? So this person, they're overthinking this offer, and no matter how they look at this offer from all different angles, they look at this offer, they think that this offer is not good enough, so they're just not offering at all. They rather not speak, okay? They rather stay in the silence. And that is another thing that's blocking the connection. You guys need to communicate your truth. There's some truth here that has not been spoken, okay? In fact, in the past, it might have been a lot of lies between both of you guys. Maybe both of you guys didn't show each other your true selves. And, you know, there's a need here for somebody to really stand in their power, and they're not doing that. Now, it could be, since it falls on this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this could represent the karmic. And this particular karmic, the Emperor in reverse, is a control freak, okay? A control freak. I mean, exponentially, the kind that will put, you know, tracking devices in your car, clone your phone, that kind of shit. Right. So they might be dealing with one of those, okay? All right, so let's get some advice for healing and the way forward, okay? So let me shuffle these. Oh my God. Like, who did they expect to like be able to shuffle these cards, guys? I have long fingers, and it's just, I mean, look at this. Just look at this. And my fingers are very long. Jeez. Anyway. Messages for pile 2. Okay. All right, so let's see. For the person who has the more feminine energy in the connection, not necessarily a female, what do you need to work on? All right, so bam, you need to work on your self-esteem. All right, so I'm going to read that in a moment. For the person who has the more masculine energy in the connection, we have, whoa, two things. We have overcompensation. So we're looking at probably an overgiver or someone who uses maybe material things to prop themselves up. And we spoke about that. And we also have passive aggressive behavior. And we kind of got that when we saw that King of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse, right? That's passive aggressiveness, because you're not showing, you're not being emotionally authentic. Okay. All right. So let's look. Self-esteem. So this one, the one with the more feminine energy, this is what you have to work on, your sense of worthiness and your self-love. Okay. It says the judgments placed on one's self-concept, self-evaluation, the internal sense of one's own worth, entitlement, competence, intelligence, acceptance, likability, lovability, and attractiveness derive largely from lifelong messages and experiences, and usually those messages and messages are from other people. Now, what came into my mind here as well, a lot of people with feminine energies, or a lot of women, suffer from imposter syndrome. Okay, where they always judge themselves as less than who they really are. So even if they're in a job that they're overqualified in, that they're overcompetent in, they still feel like one day somebody's going to find out who they really are, which is not good enough, and then their whole bubble will be broken. This is something that women struggle with all the time. Okay, it's that self-belief. Whereas a lot of men tend to overinflate, we always tend to undermine or underrate ourselves. Okay, so this is something that Spirit wants you to work on. And then it says low self-esteem. We have hangdog eyes, self-critical remarks, right? So that negative self-talk, inability to follow through on desires because we feel inherently that we just don't deserve it. We are not worthy. You know, it's like there's some feminine energies that will spend any amount of money on the masculine in their life, but to spend $2 on something for themselves, they find it really hard to do. And it's a sense of it's worthiness, right? Poor fashion sense. Well, I wouldn't say poor fashion sense, but not taking care of yourself, inability to follow through. Okay, oh yeah, pessimism, you know. And then it says it could even flip on the opposite side. Maybe you have overly high self-esteem, pomposity, arrogance, and entitlement, and all this is usually to mask perilously low self-esteem, and that's usually repressed. So sometimes we have low self-esteem and we don't even know it because we've boosted up our ego so much, and that ego is hiding the soft shell that's on the inside, right? And then it says, let's not confuse a nasty cold, a nasty cough with low self-esteem. Okay, I didn't get that. Let's not confuse a nasty cough. Look, guys, I didn't get that joke. I didn't get it. I really don't get it. Okay. Low self-esteem. Oh God, good Lord. Anyway, moving swiftly along, guys. So for the the person with the more masculine energy, first thing we have is overcompensation. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, it says exaggeration of behavior in order to offset some perceived liability. Okay, so what I'm getting, the message I'm getting from this right away, and I want to say before I lose it, is that I think there was a lot of illusions in this connection. I think this person might have felt intimidated by you, and they felt like their real self wasn't good enough, so they put on a mask and acted like how you wanted them to be. And in order to maintain this mask, they could not allow themselves to come close to you, because then you would unveil them and then you would really see who they really were inside, and then you would leave them because you would never like them. So that was the kind of thought process that this person had, right? So they might have been overcompensating, maybe had telephone conversations, maybe they didn't see you that regularly for it to deepen, but all that was by design because this person didn't want you to see who they really were. Okay, anyway, let me read on. Motivated by feelings of inferiority, guilt, or inadequacy. So this is something that started in childhood, right? Characterized by excessive, those perhaps sporadic gift giving, right? So that kind of love bombing kind of shit. Affection, compliments, excuses, overperformance in social situations, loudness. Well, we know those types, don't we? Those are like the guys that own Ferraris. But anyway, let's not go there. Bad joke telling, inappropriate stage monopolizing. So this person, you know, they like the limelight. You can't even have a proper conversation with them because they will monopolize the whole bloody conversation. Know-it-all pedantry. So they're know-it-alls. Making others feel stupid. Exactly, so they can make themselves feel good. Need to display all feathers at once. Bullying, taunting, sexual display, right? And pitching big stinks, right? So all those big tantrums. Overcompensation, perhaps, but at least I got back on my horse. So this person on their high horse, and that high horse is just masking the feelings of absolute worthlessness. Okay, so that's what the masculine energy has to work on. And then we have a passive aggressive person here too. All right, it says behavior that is covertly hostile, but not overtly, but overtly agreeable. Pervasive quality of negativity, masked by passive resistance with anger always lurking beneath the surface. So a lot of passive aggressive jokes, maybe sarcastic remarks. They say it's sarcasm, but it really isn't. It's really microaggressions, that kind of thing, right? Phrases such as I don't care, whatever you want, or I just don't want any trouble. Small acts of sabotage that contradict stated compliance. Yes. Procrastination, sullen, pouty, scornful demeanor. Okay, this is very immature. Disavowal of or refusal to state real preferences, desires, needs, feelings. Under the table acts of punishment and retaliation like ghosting, right? Cowardice, long-term marriage. Oh, good God. Okay, where to, sir? I cannot translate your passive-aggressive hints. Okay, so this is what this person needs to work on, how they can express their emotions in a more mature manner, right? So that you guys can actually have a proper conversation and a proper exchange of ideas without them shutting down and relegating the whole conversation to some kind of immature exchange. Okay, alrighty. So what is the advice for this couple? What is the advice for them as a couple? So we had individual advice that they need to work on. The advice is unfinished symphony. All right, so what I'm getting just intuitively is that there's some cycles that are ending between you guys because they were dysfunctional, and new things are cropping up. So it's unfinished. There's a new beginning. It's like the same cycle playing over and over again, hopefully. And Spirit is hoping that at some point you will do something differently. Okay. All right, so let me read from the book. It's a card number 10. All right, so that's really endings and beginnings. So let's read from the book and see what Spirit is trying to tell us. Okay, so unfinished symphony. Moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. And I think that's what happened here. I think somebody ghosted here and there wasn't the opportunity for that communication, right? You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so that you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. So it could be when you assess the situation, maybe you think that this person is just too toxic, then maybe it's time for you to just let this go. Get closure in your own way, especially if they've ghosted you and they're not willing to talk. Now, if it is that this person is going to come back around and there's a chance for reconciliation and you see that they've done their healing work, then it's very important to get closure on the past and all the things that happened so that everybody feels settled in their heart space, that they've been heard, that they've spoken their truth, and that they're being understood. Okay? All right, everyone, that was your reading. I hope that helped you. If you enjoyed this reading, could you please like, share, subscribe. And if you see any ads I played during this reading, it would be lovely if you clicked on those ads because it's good energy exchange for me. So guys, take care and bye. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. And yes, I'm feeling Scorpio in this pile again. Because the name of the pile is the Muse. And I know Scorpios like to brood in silence. Not trashing Scorpios, I'm just saying. You know, pile 3 always attracts the Scorpios, right? All right, so what am I getting from this? I think your person is doing a lot of healing right now. They're doing a lot of introspection. They might be in a dark place, but know that the light is there with them, trying to work things through. We have the light and the dark. They have a choice to make. Do they continue to wander in darkness or do they accept the light? Okay, Spirit is asking them to create a new reality for themselves. We have Sacred Creators as the publisher here. to create a new reality of themselves and accept love and accept healing. We have these roses here, right? But this person is ruminating and they're brooding. They're ready for a new life though, because in the back here it says, expect magic, exploration, connection, and inspiration as your intuitive mind stretches. So I think that's what this person is doing. And then there's a little incantation here. It says, there is magic in truth. There is truth in my veins, where my blood speaks in sooth, and my mind has no rain. So this person, they're ready to speak their truth, and they're hoping that when they do speak their truth to you, that it's going to change this connection, alchemize this connection. There's also some kind of creative endeavor that this person is working on. That's what I'm getting here. What's this? This deck is also from the original print. So I think that you might be dealing with someone who is very unique, very creative. Okay, anyway. Let's have a look at what's going on here, guys. So, pile 3, you chose the Muse Tarot. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to take this out. This is the guide. Okay. All right, so let's have a little shuffle. Loads of pink in this deck. So I'm really getting this is about healing. Your person's healing. Your person's healing. What we have here? Oh, awakening reverse. They're trying to resist the transformation. I'm getting that your person's in dark night of the soul with all that rumination that they were doing here. But know that there's 6 of cups in you. They think that you are a soulmate. That's for sure. But they're resisting some awakening. Why? I mean, they want this new beginning in love. But why are they resisting? What's this? The Hierophant in reverse. So there's some kind of lesson that Spirit wants them to learn that they haven't mastered as yet. And they feel like they can't offer you commitment. So let's get into this and see what's going on. All right. So first, before I ask what's blocking union, let me see what are your energies to each other. All right. So the person that's watching this video, let's see. How are you viewing this person? What you feel in their heart for them? What's your energy towards them? Just going to take 3 cards. Well, you are the bloody Empress. Hello. Okay. So we have Libra and we have Taurus energy there. Oh, gosh. This card stock is so thick. We have the 10 of Cups. Oh, so cute. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? We have the Knight of Wands in reverse, who's a Sagittarius. And we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. How are they viewing you? Because you got 4, I'll take 4 from them too. How are they viewing you? Their energy towards you. We have the Muse of Emotions, which is the King of Cups. Scorpio again. I tell you, I can call this. I can call it. Right? So we have Scorpio here. So we have the King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces. What was a Scorpio? We have the 2 of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I think this is the most emotional part, quite frankly. It's not like the others. The first 2 are their energies are together, but this pile is different, as per usual. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. God, this person has a lot. They have a lot going on. And then we have 2 of Swords reverse. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So person that's watching this video, this divine feminine, whether you're a man or woman, you're it seems like you're the more grounded, all around stable person of the bunch. This person seems kind of watery here right now, right? So you're still operating from your heart space in terms of this relationship, okay? You're seeing the universal truth in this relationship. You're operating from that unconditional love, and you know that this person is total happiness and wish fulfillment to you. This is all about the 10 of Cups, right? You've pretty much made up your mind on this person. You want commitment from this person. You want them to stop being a player and coming in and out of your life as they like. And right now you think, as the situation stands, this situation is kind of a little toxic right now, because we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and that's a card about codependency. Okay, so obsession. They could have addictions. They could be in another relationship that's toxic. Whatever it is, you know that this is your person, but you're recognizing that they need to heal before they're vibrating as high as the Empress. Now, this person has been doing their work because they're coming up as the King of Cups, right? Emotionally mature, right? Emotionally mature, loving. But the King of Cups, I wouldn't say they have difficulty expressing their emotions. They prefer not to express their emotions because it's Scorpio, right? And silence is part of the control. I'm a Taurus. I'm opposite polarity. I do the same thing, right? Okay? But they're seeing you as their soulmate. They're seeing you as their twin flame. They're seeing you as the epitome of what a emotionally nourishing and psychic connection could be, and they're really wanting to be vulnerable, to come and open up their heart. They want to release the things that don't serve them so that they can be back in your presence. So they're here lurking, maybe on your social media, watching you Facebook, on Instagram, asking friends about you, but they're watching from afar because they're in some kind of karmic cycle in the back here, right? But they're watching you. They're keeping an eye on you because they know that you're the one. Their mind is made up. They know that you're the one, right? But I'm feeling a lot of stubbornness from both of you guys. Feeling a lot of stubbornness. Okay. So what is blocking this connection right now? Let's get 3 cards. What's blocking this connection? What is blocking this connection is the 2 of Pentacles. Somebody is juggling. So there's someone who is, I'm really getting, well, we got a decisiveness here. So this person knows the direction that they're heading in, right? It's just that they might be juggling 2 situations, okay? They might have a third party here, and they're not sure how to extract themselves. Now, it could be there might be a lot of things going on in this person's life, including some kind of financial situation. So they're trying to figure that out before they come towards you. I think they're probably multitasking, trying to keep everything afloat, you know what I'm saying? So they have a lot of things on their plate, right? So that could be blocking the connection. A lot of other things taking priority right now. All right, what's blocking this connection? We have the 3 of Pentacles. All right, so definitely getting a third party here. Okay, it could be considerations to do with the material world. Maybe this person wants to build something with you, but they're being blocked by maybe a lack of finances or something like that. There's some kind of structure that they've built that they can't see including you in it just yet. But for a lot of you, there's definitely a third party, because this is a juggling card, and then we have the 2 of Pentacles, right? What's blocking this connection? It could be material considerations with this 10 of Pentacles. Maybe this person's hard at work, trying to get things done, trying to manifest their abundance. Or it could be, again, this person could be with a third party, or it could be like family members. You know, people just trying to interfere, right? Could be mother energy, whoever it is, siblings or whatever it is. There's somebody just trying to interfere in your connection, okay? All right, so now, this 10 of Pentacles could also mean like family upbringing. Maybe you guys have different belief systems. Maybe you guys have different you have your own separate families and you don't know how you guys are going to blend. There could be that too, but I'm really getting like it's like karmic family members and like ideologies that just don't mesh. Okay. All right, so let's see. So what healing is required for you guys to manifest union, to heal yourself, and then to come in and heal this relationship? Let's see. What is required? What do you guys need to look at? Let's have a look. Okay. So for the person that has more feminine energy, not necessarily a female, you have dichotomous thinking. So that's like a bit of ambivalence, it looks like. And then we have a resistance, maybe resistant to change. And then for your person, just one card. For the person with the more masculine energy, holding more masculine energy. Oh. We have self-esteem, right? So somebody is struggling with their self-image, poor self-concept. Okay. So let's see this dichotomous thinking here. All right. Dichotomous thinking. It says, the practice of viewing situations, people, emotions, or thoughts in black and white terms as all or nothing, good or bad, characterizing in extremes with no gray area or middle ground. Okay, so you see, when we engage in these kinds of thinkings and we're not seeing the whole person, we're not seeing the whole situation, and it also means that we're disconnected from our heart space, because when we log into our heart space, there's no kind of judgments like this. There's recognizing that, you know what, everybody's human, they've come from different experiences, they've been raised differently, they're not going to think like us, and there's no real black or white, there's no, you know, like hard lines. There's always some kind of middle ground that you need to establish, because this all black and white thinking can also represent, you know, like my way or the highway. So you want to control the situation, everything has to go your way, or it's wrong, right? So there's no flexibility in character when we do these things. And then it says characterized by extreme activity swings, true believer syndrome. So that's like, you know, the fanatics, right? Binge dieting. So it's all about control. Inability to compromise or forgive. Shame or shaming others. Self-loathing. Short-term relationships. Cluelessness. So you can't even see yourself. I don't mean to. This is what the card has, right? NRA membership. Dinner party unpopularity. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so, and then we also have resistance. Okay, so another defense mechanism. It says opposition to rendering conscious what is unconscious, so as not to experience discomfort or conflict. Okay, so sometimes when bad things happen to us, especially in our childhood, right, our mind, in order to protect ourselves and our psyche, you know, it can shove it right, I mean, like so deep in there. Okay, like imagine this year I'm now faced with memories of things that happened to me when I was 6 and 5 years old, right? So I'm now dealing with that shit, right? It shoved it so deep under there, I didn't even know that it existed. Okay, until the memory started resurfacing. So it's like repression, you know, repression. It's characterized by tendency to change the subject. They don't want to address the issue, right? So there's all these little undercurrents running within them, beneath the relationship, and they just don't want to resist it. They don't want to acknowledge that it exists. Inappropriate investment in irrelevant or unimportant matters when faced with troubling thoughts or discussions. So the minute you're trying to bring up a proper discussion with them, they can ramble on about the fucking weather. Okay, the weather, right? They ramble on about that when you want to discuss something extremely important, or in the mix of a discussion, they text a friend or some kind of shit like that and try to treat the conversation as something menial, right? So all these things, these are resistance. Obstruction or denial of the obvious, right? And sometimes this can go really extreme, where they're gaslighting you. Self-defeating or destructive behavior in response to truths that might lead to psychological insight and health or intimacy. All right, so and he says, darling, why do you mount such resistance to my love? Okay, so maybe people in this pile, there's some kind of intimacy avoidance that's happening here as well. And there's like a resistance to really acknowledging some truths about yourself. Okay, so that needs to be looked at, whether through the help of a professional, whether it's a therapist or hypnotherapist, regressionist, whatever it is. Okay, and then for the masculine energy, we have self-esteem. Okay, it says judgment placed on one's self-concept, self-devaluation, the internal sense of one's own worth, entitlement, competence, intelligence, acceptance, likability, lovability, and attractiveness, derived largely from lifelong messages and experiences. So, you know, everything that's happened to us, everything that everybody has said to us, you know, we create a bank, and we allow this bank or these thoughts to form into this personality that is the ego. That's really lies that we've been telling ourselves all this time, right? It says low self-esteem, hang-dog eyes, self-critical remarks, inability to follow through on desires, poor fashion sense. But I'm not saying poor fashion sense, maybe a lack of self-care, pessimism. And then some people go on the extreme end, but to cover up the same insecurity, and they say they are kind of pompous, they're arrogant, they're entitled, and all this is done to mask a perilously low self-esteem, and that's also likely repressed, right? Okay, so these are the things that both parties need to focus on if they are to have a healthy relationship where they're not triggering each other all the time. So let's have some advice for them as a couple, pile 3. So you guys as a couple, what is the advice? So this is the individual advice, and this is the advice as a couple. All right. We have regeneration in reverse. So somebody's resisting some kind of transformation. Let's read from the book. Okay. And it's a card number 46. 46 reduced to 10. So something wants to end, but somebody's resisting it. Something wants to begin, because 10 reduced to 1, but somebody's in resistance here. All right. And we have that card, resistance, came out. Could be you, DF. All right, let's see. 46. 46. Okay, what is the relationship message? Oh, it's a protection message, sorry, because it came out in reverse. Sorry about that. All right, it says, endings come in many forms, and now's the time to stop holding on to what must die so that something better can take place. So the old form of this relationship, because I think it had a lot of dysfunction, it's ready to die, okay? But somebody's resisting this transformation. Spirit saying it's time to release, okay? Nature's cycles include disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There's no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your query is, let it go. You're about to be reborn. So let resistance die, right? Let dichotomous thinking die. All that self-limiting thoughts about yourself, let it die, because there's a transformation that's upon you and upon this relationship. But right now, you're holding up the session, okay? All right, guys. So I hope that this resonated for you, that you enjoy this reading. And if you did, please like, share, subscribe. And if you can click on any of the ads I played during this reading, that's great revenue exchange for me, okay? All right, guys. Take care. Bye.